Jessica Mendoza with her theme music ready to go. So good to have you. You know I'm always happy when you're here in New York. All right, so let's start with the story dominating baseball, Shohei Ohtani, the gambling situation involving his interpreter. Where are you on this? Because last time I talked to you, we had some technical difficulties. You were at home. Where's your head right now on this whole situation?
There's just so many more questions that need to be answered, and they're not going to be. I mean, obviously the Dodgers, MLB, pretty much everyone involved in baseball wants this to just continue to move past. And okay, now we're handing it off to investigators, and it's going to be a long while before we get more answers. I just still have a hard time understanding that he found out for the first time with the rest of the team in that clubhouse after that first game in South Korea. There's a lot there, you know, access to accounts. I mean, we could talk about this for a very, very long time, and we will, Molly.
Yeah.
My biggest question is now that he has accused his interpreter of stealing from him, what kind of investigations to be had and what kind of answers are we going to get?
Absolutely. And tell me, how distracting do you feel like this is going to be for a really good Dodgers team?
I don't think it's going to be. I mean, the biggest thing is Shohei Ohtani is a robot, and he showed it. I mean, he gives this statement, Molly, and within 10 minutes, he's out on the field throwing for the first time publicly after having surgery. And you can tell he knows how to flip that switch to baseball.
Yeah.
And unless something happens soon, or at least throughout this first half of the season, I don't see it being a huge distraction for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, knowing how to compartmentalize. And sometimes also I feel like your work or sport can be your respite at the same time to get away from all of it and then just hone in and focus on that. All right, so with the Dodgers, rather than address the shortstop situation, they move Mookie Betts to shortstop. Do you like this move?
I don't mind it temporarily. I mean, Mookie's ridiculous, right? He's a stud. I mean, the fact that he's played most of his career at right field, he's shown what he can do at second base. The reason I don't love this is they have Miguel Rojas, who can also play shortstop. He did a great job last season. They brought in Kike Hernandez, who can also play this position. I just feel like with Max Muncy, the errors that we've seen on the left side of the field coming from him, they need someone that has a ton of experience. And for Mookie, he's going to do it. He's going to get everything he has, but I want there to be no distraction for him of what he can do offensively.
All right, I want to switch gears here. So yesterday, Mad Dog, you know who loves himself some baseball, he has Philly and Baltimore in the World Series. I'll get your picks a little later. How likely is Baltimore, you think, to have another surprising season?
You know, I don't think it's going to be a surprise this year. I mean, I think they still are very
I guess according to Mad Dog, it's not really much of a surprise he has them going straight to the World Series.
And I know we'll talk about it. I have them go to the World Series too. I mean, not only did they win the East, but the way that they've improved their team, they added Corbin Burns to their starting rotation. I get so excited about Jackson Holliday, you guys. I mean, this young team already, obviously Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, and they've got a whole crop of rookies. They're going to be making their debut this season. So a team that won the East is only going to get better, and I get really excited about Baltimore.
All right, keep it going here. What are your expectations for the reigning AL champion Texas Rangers?
You know, I think they're going to struggle out the gate. You know, this is a team, we all forget it when they win the World Series, but this is a team that definitely struggled throughout the season. They had these highs and lows, and the big part of it was their bullpen. Now, remember, this team does not have Jacob deGrom in the first half. They are not going to have Max Scherzer. This team, when I see them going down the stretch, that's their strength, is once they get to Bruce Bochy, making key decisions when those games matter. It doesn't matter to them if they get in a wild card, however they get to do it, but I don't think they're going to come out of the chute as the World Series champion team, best team in baseball. I think that they are going to have their bumps and bruises, struggle a bit. Another young player, though, to watch is Wyatt Langford.
Tell me. Okay.
He is another rookie that has shown off some serious pop. A lot of fun to watch. I get excited about opening day for a multitude of reasons, Molly, but also a lot of names that people don't know that they're going to know here in a few weeks.
Absolutely. Get familiar. All right. We don't have our guy Stephen A here. He was actually allowed to have a day off. So in honor of him, Stephen A, the last time your Yanks in the World Series.
Oh, we love you.
2009. They don't have the highest payroll anymore. The Mets and Dodgers beat them. They did add Stroman. They did add Soto. How close are the Yankees to getting back to a World Series? Because we know that's what this franchise expects.
I mean, they're closer. They didn't even make the postseason last year. I see them making the postseason this year, but they're not going to the World Series. I mean, they did improve, and they are going to be a whole lot better. Yankee fans, I mean, honestly, baseball fans, this team offensively last year was one of the worst teams in baseball. That's not who they are.
Yeah.
They're going to be so much better, not just because they added Juan Soto, even Alex Verdugo, but I also believe they're going to get more production from the rest of their players. DJ LeMahieu is starting the season on the IL, but when he gets back to the top of their order, I have Juan Soto winning the MVP. Why? I mean, he's hit 35 home runs as the most in any season without ever playing in a stadium that's left-handed batter friendly. Okay, I'm a left-handed hitter, Molly. I get excited about him in Yankee Stadium, the second most friendly in all of baseball. Plus, he's a free agent. He wants $500 million. He's going to have a heck of a year.
MVP, okay. Division races you expect to be the most competitive?
Oh, I am so pumped about
West
the
Coast?
NL West. Oh, yeah.
I knew you were going West Coast, girl. Ready? Because we keep receipts. So we ready for these World?
We're going to play these back.
We ready for these World Series predictions? We got Mad Dogs.
Yes.
We told you his. Who you got? And tell me why, Jessica.
All right, so I got Dodgers and Orioles. Now, this was tough. I have to explain.
Dodgers.
I know. Big shocker. Big
Dodgers.
shock. I know.
Okay.
I had the Braves. And then I went back to the Dodgers, back and forth. Those two teams, I mean, at this point, flip a coin because they're so ridiculously talented.
Well, why'd you flip from Braves back to Dodgers?
Because
What did it for you?
I do feel like you asked me if Shohei Ohtani and everything that's happening is a distraction. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to help this team kind of pull together.
Galvanize.
The media is going to come at them all. I'm not saying it's not a distraction for the rest of us. We're going to keep talking about this. They are going to keep having to answer questions. I think it helps a ridiculously talented team do what they haven't done in the past, come together as a team to allow them to perform in October.